Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video, and as you guys may know, based from my YouTube name, PhilTMNT, I'm a huge fan of the Ninja Turtles. I've been a fan of the Ninja Turtles at a very young age. I want to say between the ages of 2 and 4, maybe 5. Um, my sister was the one who introduced me to the Ninja Turtles. I have the original Ninja Turtles, like the 1990 trilogy, on DVD. My sister, who is 8 years older than I am, she was the one who introduced me to the Ninja Turtles. Again, I don't remember the exact ages. All I remember is between the ages of 2 and 5. So I got introduced to them. And at first, my favorite turtle was Raphael because he's supposed to be the cool one. And then it was changed to Michelangelo because he was the fun one. And then it's Leonardo now because he's a leader. He's still a teenager. He tries to allows himself to be a teenager, but when it calls upon him, he tries to be the best leader for his brothers, and I can respect that. Plus, I love swords. Swords are my favorite, even though my personality probably fits more to Michelangelo, if anything. Yeah. So, I saw this article, and as a Ninja Turtle fan, I was very, very interested in this. Because it's comparing the 1990 movie to the 2007 movie to see which Ninja Turtle film has captured the turtles better. And to be fair, I'm hoping that they, with the 1990 film, they don't include the Secret of the Ooze or the third movie. Because the 2007 movie, as even though it has some references to the 1990 trilogy, the 2007 film only has one film in its series. It was a one-off, where the 1990 movie has 3 movies in its continuity, in its own universe. So I am hoping they literally only stick with the 1990 film, not besides the other 2, if that makes sense. Anyways, I'm going to shut up and actually read the article, shall we? The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have seen countless iterations over several decades. These different versions each bring something new to the table. Many people remember the 1990 TMNT and the 2007 TMNT as influential movies in the TMNT canon. And fun fact, the 2007 Ninja Turtle movie was the first one that I've seen in theaters, because I was not around when the 1990 films came out. I was born in 96, and I think the third movie came out in 1993, which was 3 years before my time. So the 2007 Ninja Turtle movie will always have a very special place in my heart, because that was my very first Ninja Turtle movie I've ever seen in theaters. So, getting back to the article, but which movie captured the TMNT better? Keep reading to find out what there is to consider, and I will as soon as my laptop can work with me here. Capturing the silly but serious tone. A little known fact about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is that they were conceived as a Daredevil parody. Many of the names and concepts in TMNT are joke versions of ones in Daredevil. In Daredevil, the Master is named Stick, the Ninja Clan of the Hand, and Daredevil gets his powers from a radioactive waste truck accident. Daredevil being the Marvel character, for any of you guys who aren't too knowledgeable about comic books and have no idea who Daredevil is. Daredevil is this guy who, like I said, got into an accident. He's blind. He's physically blind, but his other senses got heightened, and he's lawyer by day and a vigilante practically by night. And he calls himself Daredevil. So there's that. Anyways, in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Master's named Splinter. The Ninja Clan is named the Foot. and the turtles get their powers from the same radioactive truck accident. The creators, Kevin Eastman and Peter Lord, conceived the turtles to be a silly parody taken seriously. The 1990 movie accomplished this tone through the use of comical costumes and slapstick humor, while simultaneously keeping the villains menacing. There are serious periods of serious action and many silly moments in the film, and I think that's what made the 1990 film so special. The other two films that followed the 1990 film, they were a bit more comedic, especially the third one. They still had their serious moments, sure, but I feel like the 1990 film took itself the most serious out of the three in that trilogy, and I think that's why people hold the 1990 film so high, and I can understand that. So in contrast, the 2007 TMNT has a much darker tone and does away with many of the silly aspects of the Turtles. The freedom of CGI allows the 2007 TMNT to get away with more realistic violence and harder hits compared to the 1990 version. Many fights in the 1990 version of the Ninja Turtles include slapstick fighting that softened the movie's tone. The 2007 movie lost bits of the parody fun from the Turtles concepts, which means the 1990s movie captured the Turtles tone better. The original film was also a perfect family-friendly watch. And I can get that. I mean, yeah, the TMNT movie had their moments of comedy, sure, but I do see what they mean by the 1990 Ninja Turtle film was more like, sure, it took itself seriously, but it didn't take itself as seriously per se as the TMNT movie, if that makes sense. So the 1990 film had more of that balance of comedy and serious tone. So I can respect that. So staying true to the comics, and my laptop is mad at me for the moment, so be right back. And I'm back. The laptop I'm reading the article on, I've been having some issues with it lately. I'm considering getting a new one. But back to the article, because this is not a video where I'm going ranting about my laptop issues. So staying true to the comics. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comics are filled with extreme wacky storylines. These include things like space worms reviving people from the dead, the creation of cyborgs, people turning into the mutant bats, and references to pop culture icons like Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey previously had the cast of the 1990 film on her show. Both the 1990 Turtles and the 2007 Turtles stay close to the comic storylines. However, the 2007 Turtles skips the origin story of the Turtles in favor of the more comic-inspired plot lines to the souls of the outlandish Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles plot. And that's true. They didn't really go over how the Turtles became Turtles, and I'm okay with that. They did have this is what happened. The Turtles essentially beat the Shredder. Now let me tell you about the story that took place 4,000 years ago, because that story that took place 4,000 years ago is going to play a key factor into this movie. And admittedly, I'm okay with them not not going into the Turtles' origins per se, how the Turtles became the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because I don't think we always need to get that origin story per se. So that's just me. Now they're going to go into the 1990 movie. The 1990 Turtles, and keep in mind if you guys are reading this article, because I will have it in the pinned comments, they do refer to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as TMNT a lot, And I kind of been trying to like break that apart by calling them like Ninja Turtles too, so I won't constantly say TMNT. Because that's to be more creative, to be more interesting. Anyways, the 1990 Ninja Turtles spends a good amount of time on the Turtles' origins, make it feel smaller and more contained story. If someone is looking at which movie captured the wacky plotline in the comic books, the 2007 version of the Turtles definitely has a leg up. And now we're going to go to the animation, live action. Perhaps the biggest difference between the two Turtle movies is how they were made. The 1990s version was filmed in live action with actors in rubber costumes, whereas the 2007 version is completely CGI. These two different approaches to filmmaking make different strengths in portraying the Turtles. In the 90s Turtles, the rubber costumes may look goofy, but they were state-of-the-art special effects. The rubber costumes make everything the Turtles do look more sillier, which improves the effectiveness of the film comedy. One moment in the 1990, a cab driver almost ran over a turtle who was rushing by commenting. That looked like a big turtle in a trench coat. And they were talking about in the 1990 film, the moment they're referring to is when Casey and Raphael met, and they got into this little fight, and Raphael tries to find Casey Jones, so he just runs like a maniac, and we all know how most of a hothead Raphael is. And so, frustrated that he lost Casey, that scene also ends with Raphael yelling, "Damn!" Sorry, Nemo. I was so loud I woke up my sleeping cat. Sorry, Nemo. Love you, boy. But yeah, that Raphael almost got hit by ran over by a cab driver. So I highly recommend watching the 1999 film. It's really good. So with the 2007 film, also very good. The live action delivery captures New York colors in a way that wouldn't work in CGI. Surprisingly, although the film feels very New York, the majority of the film was actually shot outside of New York. This just speaks to how well the film is able to portray the essence of the 1990s New York. Funnily enough, the live action version feels much more cartoony and quippy than the CGI version. The rubber suits makes many of the action scenes in the 1990s Turtles feel awkward. The awkwardness makes them feel more endearing and down to earth. According to Kevin Eastman, the rubber suits did very well to retrospect, and the TMNT film takes full advantage of the CGI technology of the time. This technology allows the film to produce clean-looking and spectacular action scenes that are impossible in live action. The Turtles also have more angular eyes and appear more serious as a result. The cleaner look to the TMNT 2007 Turtles is great for dynamic action, but it also drains something from the soul and character from the movie. The film seems to be aware of this change, giving much more runtime to action scenes and less time on character scenes. While this is not necessarily a bad thing, it does mean that the essence of the TMNT... Sorry, I paused. My screen went black for a sec. I don't know why. I'll reread that in case the audio messed up. While this is not necessarily a bad thing, it does mean that the essence of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is missing, making the Turtles feel more like generic action heroes. So I guess they're giving the live action more props in that case. So input from creators Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. Another thing that sets these two films apart is the role that the TMNT creators had during their production. In the 1990s Turtles movie, the creators of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles had an active role in making the movie. They were also given a large amount of freedom to do what they wanted with the characters, which led them to be much closer to the comic book versions. Kevin Eastman has kept up with the Turtles over the years and have cited that the 1990 Turtles is the best version. So, there we go. I feel like we don't even need to go into the final verdict, because if the co-creator, if one of the two creators of the Ninja Turtles is saying that the 1990 film is the best version of the Ninja Turtles, I feel like we don't even need to go into the final verdict. But for argument's sake, for video purposes, I will go into the final verdict. When it comes down to it, the 1990s Turtles just captured the spirit of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles better. The 90s Turtles stuck closer to the creators' version and had a slapstick tone closer to that. You get sleeker and more action-packed produced with the TMNT film, but in exchange, you lose the self-referential humor that makes the Turtles unique. Don't let this stop you from liking whatever version of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that you like. Kevin Eastman has said that he is always excited to see new interpretations of the characters. And, like I said, I'm kind of split, because, which one's better, per se, for me. Because the 1990s film was, the first Ninja Turtle movie I remember watching. But the 2007 film was the first film I remember watching in theaters. Yeah, the 90s film, if we're going to talk about, which one captures the Turtles more, yeah, the 90s film captured them the best. I think even the Secret of the Ooze film captures the essence of the Turtles really well. I feel like the third film in that franchise took the comedy a bit too much. There wasn't enough serious scenes in my opinion, in the third film in that series. But I just said that for added context for how I feel of the 90s trilogy. But I do enjoy the whole mixture between slapstick and seriousness to the 90s. And I do like film, but I do also like how the 2007 film took a bit more serious route. And so I got respect for both films, and I do enjoy both the 90s film and the 2007 film. Both has their strengths, both has their weaknesses, sure. But I really enjoy both. So if we're gonna go the who captures the essence of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles a bit better, then yeah, but hands down, the 1990 film definitely wins. But if we're going to talk about which one I enjoyed better, me personally, I won't be able to answer that. Because, again, I enjoyed the, I enjoyed both films. And I do respect what both films bring to the table from the Ninja Turtles. So it's hard for me to, in this scenario, pick which one I like better. So both films are great. Sadly, Netflix took the 90s trilogy off and the 2007 movie off. Otherwise, I would have suggested go on Netflix and watch the Turtles, the films to more accurately judge. If you guys got a way to like buy the 90s film and the 2007 film, whether it's on DVD, Blu-ray, or digital, I highly suggest doing that and giving them a watch for yourselves because both are really good films in their own right, and I do highly suggest watching both of them and making adjustment for your own. So that said, I'm going to shut up, let this little boy sleep. So let me know what you guys thought about this article, and do you agree with this article about the 90s film captures the essence of the Turtles better than the 2007 film? And between the two films, which one do you lean more towards? Let me know in the comment section down below. With that said, love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to one another. And I'll talk to you fellow mutants later. Later, traders.